It's about to go down. Spanakopita. Okay, hi everybody. This is going to be my first cooking video. Probably going to have to stop and start it, and then I'm going to have to send everything over to my web guy because I'm not going to know how to put it all together. But anyway, I'm going to make Spanakopita, which is spinach pie, because tomorrow is Greek Easter. And it is the only thing I know how to make. And it is delicious. It is my mother's recipe. And I got it down to a science. Well, it's probably not going to look that way because now I'm taping it. But anyway, so let me just tell you really quickly one of the first things I do. And like I said, I'm going to have to stop and start it. The first thing I do is, and I've already done this just for time's sake. So I take some olive oil. It's not Greek olive oil. It's Italian olive oil, but it is delicious. Asaro. I highly recommend it. Don't tell Greek people. But you can use, of course, Greek olive oil. So I take a saucepan like this, and I cover the bottom with the oil, and it's already been heating up. As a matter of fact, I gotta lower the heat. My mother always says, "You always cook with a high flame." Okay, she sort of sounds like that. Okay, and then I've chopped up a white onion. I joke because I remember the first time I had to do this and go shopping, and I was like, "Oh my God, there's so many onions!" But a white onion, and I've already chopped it up. You can see, all right? So I've already chopped it up, so I'm going to put it now in the saucepan. I hate using my hands. And let me just say this. I generally do this with gloves. I have one clean glove left, and the other gloves I use and I wash for this Corona touching and the cleaning and everything like that. So when I do mix the spinach, I will use the one glove. I don't like to cook with my bare hands, even though I wash them 1,000 times. But just for the fact that I only have one glove and I'm going to use that, I'm going to use my hands. I just wash them, like, again, I'm fanatic. I didn't need a virus to tell me to wash my hands 13,000 times, especially when I'm cooking. So, and I generally don't cook with makeup on and lipstick, but again, I figure I would do this and, look at least presentable. Is that cabinet open? That cabinet's open. All right, we're getting there. So I put it all in a saucepan. My grandmother, quite elderly, taught me to use every piece of everything. So I put everything in there. Take the old wooden spoon. Just, again, occhi spudel brama, nothing big, right? I'm just, mixing the oil. Okay, so it's the mixture as you let these brown. And then also you have to let them cool off, because if it's too hot and you put it in the mix, you're going to burn your hands. But the next thing I'm going to do is going to make the Spanakopita mix. And the first thing is, and I've already opened them. God, that sounds loud. I already opened them. I get 3 10-ounce packages. That's what they come in, and I threw them out last night, but 3 10-ounce packages of frozen spinach. Yes, you can use fresh spinach, but the frozen is just better. I mean, you got to wash the fresh spinach, and this is easier. It's easier. So what you have to do, wait till you see this, is squeeze it. So this is 3 10-ounce packages of spinach. So I take this, I take like little handfuls, and I squeeze, and I have a strainer here, one of these little strainers, and I squeeze the water out of it. You have to get the spinach, you have to get all the water out of the spinach, or else your Spanakopita is going to be soggy. Now, some people use a cheesecloth. I have done that. It's an absolute mess, so I just use my hands. Again, I normally would have gloves on. I can't stand it, but what are you going to do? So I do this. I take a little piece at a time, and I squeeze as much as I possibly can the water out of it. A lot of water. And by the way, when you're going to do this, like, you have to make sure that you defrost the spinach. So it's not like, hey, I'm going to make some spanakopita. I have some frozen spinach. It's like you have to wait till it defrosts, or else I have done it with frozen and trying to defrost it, and it's a catastrophe. So, and there's a lot of water. So, okay, so I'm going to do this, and then I'm going to come back, and then we're going to do the rest of the mixture. Okay? All right. Bravo, sis. Bravo. Okay. So because I'm a catastrophe in the kitchen for the most part, I forgot to put the scallions in with the onions. So I forgot to tell you that. So it's half of a white onion and 4 large scallions in the saucepan with the olive oil. So this is going to be interesting. The onions are definitely brown, but I was supposed to put the scallions in. I have to rewrite. See, I like to use my mother's recipe because it makes me feel close to her. The problem is that it's not written well, and so I don't really. I always screw up. Basically, is what happens. Is I always screw up. So. Okay, all right, so I just put in the, so hopefully the scallions won't be, too raw, but, right, because that's what I was supposed to do. So put olive oil in the saucepan, cover it, and I did that, and then the scallions and the onions, and let them cool. Okay, all right, so I am still, see, I told you. Well, you'll just see for yourself. I don't have to keep saying that. Okay, so I'm still cleaning the water out of the spinach. That's what takes the longest. So what I was telling people on Facebook Live, that's what happened, is I was on the Facebook Live, and then I realized, hey, what do I do with these scallions? And then I realized that I had to put them back in the saucepan. All right, listen. This is why it took me so long to, like, I'm gonna say find a man. That is so antiquated, but you know what I'm saying. Like, look, I went out, had a career, past tense. I was an accountant before I tried to become an actress and a stand-up. I say try. This domesticity was never my thing. Now, I like it clean, don't get me wrong, and I like good food, don't get me wrong, but, to sit and do this is like, although this is, whatever. I mean, I don't like to do taxes anymore, so I don't want to say I'd rather be doing your taxes, but it just wasn't my thing. I'm not crafty. I mean, I admire people that can do arts and crafts. I don't even know what to do with all my photos. The hard copies, so pre-cell phone, and the ones that are in my phone, they keep taking up the storage. So is the feta, is Dodoni's. I get this from Fairway Supermarket. It's just as good. One of my sisters is very, very strict about getting the feta fresh from Titan in Astoria, which is, by the way, a great supermarket in Astoria, as is Mediterranean, but for the purposes of the Spanakopita, this actually is just as good. They also have an organic one, which is like $1 more if you want to get that, but I use that. Unless the organic is cheaper. Listen, I try to get organic, but, I really don't want to pay $4.99 for an apple, so just saying, or else I would buy everything organic. You do this package, feta, but get the Dodoni's brand, and if you can. And what else do I have that I wanted to show you? Oh, and then cream cheese. You can use any. I mean, this is Philadelphia. Again, it was on sale. My husband actually picked it up the last time he was shopping because I was going to make this. Also, you want phyllo dough. Gontos is very good. Apollo. There's only a few. There's only a few brands. All right, and then what else? Oh, eggs. You're going to need to get eggs. And then we're going to do grated cheese and some dill. little kosher salt, and then we'll have our mixture. All right, so I'm gonna stop right this second, and then I'll come back when I'm about to mix this stuff. Okay, bye. Okay, so the mixture is done. Not with the glove. The glove, you don't put the glove in there. So now we're going to put it together. We are going to assemble it. So, again, guantos. I love it. And you want to be very quick with the phyllo. So do not open anything, the phyllo, when I say anything, until you are absolutely ready. You think someone's going to want to pick this up for a cooking show? I'm just kidding. Trust me, I know. Okay, so let's, as a matter of fact, what I did before I restarted is I cleaned up a little bit. So I have to say that this really isn't one of the messier dishes. I mean, the saucepan, the butter pan, this. Oh, and then this is, I use this, I don't even know, what is this? I have no idea what size this is. I guess I should have mentioned that to you. Maybe I'll say it in the comments. So 12, I don't know, a 15 by 8. I don't know. I don't cook. I just make this. So anyway, so I guess that's another thing I should say is like that's what this makes. Here, let me put this over here. I suggest you get a bigger kitchen to do this in, but this is all we got. So again, very delicate, very delicate. Okay, so take here. Take your, hang on, I'm coming. Vutiro, take your butter, 2 sticks of butter. And okay, so here's my pastry brush. It looks like this because it's in the bottom of the jar over there. It only gets used when I do this. So again, not domesticated at all, and I'm not even going to try to pass myself off. But okay, so 2 sticks of butter. So just, you know, just stirring it around a little bit. Okay, so grease the pan well. And get the sides. Also, you know, you can use the disposable aluminum pans also. If you're going to make this, bring it to somebody's house and you're going to leave it there, of course. You know, that whole thing of like, can I get my pan back? And as a matter of fact, my sister had brought a platter over to my cousin's. It's going to be 2 years in April, okay? They live in Brooklyn. My sister lives in New Jersey, and she still hasn't gotten it back yet. But anyway, that's neither here nor there. Don't even get me started. Okay, so looks good. And also, let me just say this. If you know you're going to make it, and you are a little cost conscious, nothing wrong with that, especially these days. When you see like cream cheese on sale or butter on sale, buy it and stick it in the freezer. Same thing with the phyllo. And then when you're ready to make it, you know, and the spinach too. Sometimes the spinach is like, you know, 3 for $5 or something, at least in New York City, when it's on sale. So buy it and then stick it in the freezer if you have room. Okay, so you see what I just did. I take 2 sheets, and I'm not gonna do the whole thing again. I'm gonna stop and then I'm gonna start, but it's all gonna be on one video. So I did this, and 2 sheets. Some of it's gonna stick out. So, and then again, so every time you do this, you butter it. Yes, butter, not margarine. And by the way, also with the cream cheese, don't do diet. There's no diet here. Forget it. Or else don't make it. I'm serious. Don't do the low-fat cream cheese, no-fat cream cheese, which is full of chemicals. I mean, if you're going to eat, then just eat it. Oh, trust me. I starving half the time. But you know what? When I'm ready to, when I go for it, I just do it. Okay. So go too nuts because believe me, this will get all buttery. So again, 2 more phyllo. See, I love this Apollo because it's thicker. I'm not gonna, not that the other ones are bad. Again, get what you can. Make sure they're Greek. Sorry, Americans, but you know, thing. I think, not to disparage them, I'm not, because they're very good products, but I think Pepperidge Farm does a phyllo maybe, or phyllo shells. I mean, that's not Spanakopita. Yes, I know some people, I'm screwing this up. I know some people make the little triangles, Spanakopita. Oh, I should have done this the other way. Okay, you know what? Let's do this. There you go. Okay, so it doesn't get on the thing over here. I know some people do the little, you know, they make it and they do the shells and the little triangles and whatever. I don't know. First of all, I think this is easier, and then you can cut this up in whatever size pieces that you want. And all right, so you get the drift. I'm gonna do a bunch more like this. I literally go through half of the package, and I do 2 sheets at a time, and then I will. And then, I see there's plenty of butter here. By the way, don't think like, I remember when I first started doing this, I'm like, oh, I didn't, oh, that's the preheating of the oven. I didn't think I had enough, and then you really do, and you're gonna, trust me, you're gonna have enough. So I'm gonna stop, then I'm gonna go back to Facebook Live and Instagram Live, and then I'll be back to put the mixture in. Okay. Okay, so I'm just going to put all of the Spanakopita mix in the pan. I took half the box of the phyllo. I buttered everything like I showed you, and I just put it all in just like this. And then I'm going to take a wooden spoon and just flatten everything out. Just want to make sure that I get everything out of the pan, out of the bowl, I mean, pan, bowl. It's all the same to me. And, not bad, not bad. All right. Oh my gosh. All right, so let's, sorry. All right, so, and off the glove. Okay. And then I just spread it around. Oops. Quickly, because like I said, we have phyllo dough that we have to cover it up with, and you don't want to let that out stay out too long. And you know, it's funny, every time I do this I always feel like, oh, I don't have enough mixture, and then when it's cooked it's plenty, it's fine. It's my husband, he just took a shower, he did a P90X. Okay, I think this is good. And then I'm going to put the rest of the phyllo on top, just like I did after that, and then I'll come back and finish it up. Okay. So I just put all of the phyllo layers in, and I just threw all the butter on top. I have a little bit left. And so what I do is I fold it in. I mean, there's plenty of butter. So you just really try to spread it around. I just fold everything in. I mean, there's going to be some edges that are dry. You know, we'll cut them off afterwards. I'm just trying to pretty it up here because, like I said, those edges get very dry. I mean, you could just cut them all off if you want. You know, it's fine. You make it how you make it. However you want it to look. And just spread all that butter around. Yep. Don't think about calories or sodium content or fat content or bad fats or good fats, or just enjoy it. This isn't something that you're going to make every night for dinner. It's for special occasions or once sessions, you know, or a once in a while. It doesn't have to be a special occasion, but you know what I'm saying. And it's to be enjoyed. That's why it's special. I mean, if you ate it every day, it wouldn't be special, right? If you did, whatever you do, I'm trying to be all philosophical, but the hell with it. Okay. Anyway, so here we go. There you go. All right, and then I'm gonna cut it, but I'm gonna stop for a second, and then I'm gonna get on Facebook, and then I'll come back. Okay, bye. So my husband just pre-cut the pieces. He does a much better job than I do. So there you go. And we are going to put it in the oven, 375 for 30 to 40 minutes. When the top is brown, it is done. All right, everybody, I just took it out of the oven because I need both hands. So here we go. Here it is in all of its glory. Like I said, brown on the top. I think I left it in maybe a minute or two too long because I had to delete photos from my phone because of my storage. That's a whole nother thing. So I guess I will end it tomorrow so I'll be wearing something different when we can eat it because I'm still fasting and still vegan. So can't wait. Gali Anastasi. Happy Easter, my fellow Hellenes. Okay, smells good. And to all, a good night.